Alright, what's up guys? Got another Path of Exile here for you. I'm getting close to 1,000 subscribers, so if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, really appreciate it. And let's take a look at the build here, kind of where it's at. The latest thing I've got is picked up this Warcry node here. The Warcry speed really helps in terms of just getting off my Warcries in combat. I think I am going to need to pick up Unwavering Stance. I'm considering specking out of this, out of the life regen, to pick up like this and get further into this node. I'm probably going to spec out of this soon. And continue. I may pick these up for the extra max resist and armor. I may get 20% increased armor per second when you're stationary, just because my attacks take so long that my attacks take over a second to go off anyways. So if I do 2 or 3 attacks, like I'm standing in the same spot for 3 to 4 seconds already, I might get this here to get extra max resists, possibly spec out of this here, and just get this 1 point to keep the chain unbroken. I could either put it here or I could put it here. Either way, it would connect everything. But if I'm going to spec out of this, then I would probably need to put it here. What the other things that I'm kind of looking at? So I'm going to probably get this. I'm probably going to get this too, just because this covered in ash is going to do 20% less move and increased fire damage taken, and that debuff lasts for 4 seconds. So if I do 2 attacks in the same spot, I'm already standing still for more than 2 seconds. Gonna pick up this for sure, and I'm also planning on going into this node, this cluster here, getting this extra fizz fire and damage penetration, 50% elemental damage. I'll probably get 60% reduced reflect. So that's where I'm at on the skill tree, on the passive tree. In terms of gear, I've made some changes. Got some more early game or early end game gear. Got the same weapon. I may get it upgraded to 20% quality. But it wouldn't make a huge difference right now. So most of my gear, just armor. I'm still using this. I do run out of mana if I stand still and just spam my attack over time. Like my regen can't quite keep up with it, but typically this isn't an issue except on boss fights, and all I have to do is like stop attacking for a few seconds, and it's fine for right now. Picked up these gloves, crafted some move or attack speed on them. I like this belt. This plus one of the passives I have gives me 60% total reduced extra damage from critical strikes. And I'm trying to replace this ring. It's been kind of annoying because the guy I've been trying to message for a few days to get this flammability on hit, curse with flammability on hit ring. He's just like not been replying, so I'm starting to think he's just like trolling, but it's hard to say. Picked up these boots, crafted some chaos resist. I've got negative 20 chaos resist, but that's not too bad for this stage in the game. And I got this 6-link chest piece here. Here's just a look at my gear real quick, and we will jump into this map. I've only done a few maps. This is just a tier 1 map. I think I may have already done it, but I'm not sure why it's not showing all the oh, that was an immortal syndicate. I didn't even realize. Yeah, there's been so many additions to the game that
Right in your position, but I have a better idea. Leave me alone, and I'll make sure certain syndicate resources are reallocated.
I really don't know what exactly happens with how the Immortal Syndicate works. Like, usually I just execute them when I can, because why not? I mean, I guess I'll do that. I still don't fully understand how it works. I was hoping I would get... I like doing the Immortal Syndicate just for the failed crafting recipes. But, you know, it's an addition since I played last, so I don't fully, you know what's going on as I'm playing it. But yeah, I think I do need Unwavering Stance, just because if I get interrupted while I'm attacking, or if I get, you know, especially when I'm getting slowed, it's not good. I still have yet to do the Ancestor League mechanic, but probably gonna check it out today, just because somebody was telling me that you can't actually die in hardcore in it, and you can get some really like valuable stuff. So what he was telling me was like, you know, two divine on the low end, up to like 30 divine on the high end. I don't know whether that's true or what item he was talking about. I think it's basically like an auto battler that you take place in somehow as a player. It's one thing that I like what Path of Exile does, is they add in all these like mini games basically that are, you know, already in existence, like a tower defense, or you know, like a monster hunter type thing, or in this case we've got like auto battler. And it just adds a lot of like flavor and just a little, it keeps the gameplay fresh. So if you want to mix it up a little bit versus just running the same, you know, content like dungeons over and over, it gives you, it spices it up a little bit. Or you know, find it in the world, and it just makes it a little bit more fun. Yeah, one thing I plan to do with this build, and it's something I haven't really done in hardcore before, is if I have to choose between defense and offense, I'm gonna focus more on offense at this point, just because like a strong offense is a good defense. Like if I can one-shot everything before it can get near me, like that's gonna be good. In terms of just, I'll take less damage overall if stuff can't even get near me to hurt me. And then with the reduced damage from critical strikes on my passive tree and my gear, there's one more I could pick up to get it to negative, you know, reduce 90% of critical strike damage. And it would be a several point investment, so I'm not sure if it's worth it, but I have noticed that like when I take big hits, I don't take, like, it doesn't take me below half health, and really most of the time the big hits you're gonna take are critical strikes. So I do think, you know, that it's worth it in hardcore, but you know, probably not in softcore. And then also I think with the 15% life recovery from war cries, I will be able to take some points out of life regen, and it won't really affect my survivability as much. Just because I'll be able to sort of, especially if I use unwavering stance, it's gonna make it so that like I can't get interrupted, and so if I need to just like reactively use that, if I start taking damage, then I should be, you know, I should be fine. Because most of the time, like, life regen isn't doing a lot for the build anymore. Early on, I think it was really helpful in terms of just survivability. But now I think that it's probably not doing as much. But yeah, I mean, I have like basically 0 evasion anyways. So we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna pick up Unwavering Stance. And if I really wanted to, I could get Iron Reflexes, but I mean, it'd be 252 armor, which isn't like that great. Maybe if I started using some kind of piece of like gear that had a lot of evasion on it, it might be worth it. I'm at the point where I'm still trying to pick up stuff that is going to be more beneficial. That's decent. Decent. I'm also to the point where I'm kind of overloaded on stuff for my chaos recipe. Oops. So I'm just not really able to stockpile as much stuff at the moment. But I do save all the jewelry pieces just because those usually are the ones that are the hardest to come across. And then I'm also, like, I'm to the point where I don't really need that much currency, so I'm just kind of valuing things higher than I was previously. But you can see this is all the crap I have for chaos recipe. And let's see. I'm not sure if that has any room for crafting. No. It does not. I mean, I think because it's got chaos resist, I'm just gonna price it a little bit higher. This one's mostly just, it's probably just like one I'm gonna throw on there. These scarabs, like, it's another new thing, like, I don't fully understand. But yeah, let's just get back into this this map. Sometimes when I come back, like, I just don't have the mental energy to really dive in and like research everything in the game, and I'll just sort of engage with the content as I come to it. Like, I think those scarabs you just throw in with your maps and it gives you like extra stuff when you open up a map. I don't know if there's additional uses beyond that. When I get a few more, maybe I'll look up what they do, so.
Preparing for first ones now, as a might.
This syndicate's full of boring nonsense. They can't have a and perhaps since you've got me dead to rights, I'll skip the thing. Go right to the grand sequence. Strong and reasonable. I like you, Exile.
Salah. Be careful.
Oh, that sucked. That wall kind of screwed me over there. Thought I would have a little bit more time. Yeah, as far as like gearing up, what I am planning on doing is like gear progression. I'd like to, if possible, eventually switch over to staffs and possibly go crit. But, you know, I'm not 100% sure. And then I plan on picking up 40% of physical damage converted to fire damage. You can see here I do about 1500, 4500 physical damage still. So if I can add that into the fire damage, I think I'm going to be able to get some pretty high damage burns. And like the burn damage is going to be pretty significant, especially once I can start getting the flammability on it. Also, another part of the build that I've changed recently is just adding in Purity of Fire. So that's giving me a lot of free all resist.
Salah.
definitely should not do so, but if you do, we bleed diplomacy. Don't test it. It's a metaphor. Put the knife away and allow me to do what I was born to do. Exchange information. If I whisper into the ear of a cohort, they will whisper into mine. And if you should overhear such whispers, well, there's simply nothing I could do about that.
Yeah, I still don't understand exactly.
I'm going to kill you, Giannis. Just not yet. Cool winds.
But yeah, I do like the unveiled crafting.
I cannot do this yet.
I think I may need to update my loot filter too to just be a little more strict. There's a lot of just crap that drops now that is, you know, just takes time to sift through. Alright, so this is kind of what the build looks like early on in the end game, guys. I've done, I think the highest tiered map I've done is a tier 2. So, like tier 3 I think is like level 79, I'm not sure. There's a unique in my Kirak missions, there's a death and taxes. I'm kind of afraid to try it, I might die. But we'll see. I might try it anyways, and you know, see what happens. So thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for watching, and remember to give them the D.